Hi, today I would like to share to you an opportunity that really changed my life. And before I get to that, I would like to share a little bit about my background so you can understand me much better. Now, I grew up in a family that was very wealthy, and we didn't have money controlling us. My perception of money was neutral. It wasn't controlling me at all. But soon in life I realized that money is something that you do need to make a living. Somebody made the quote and say, money is not everything, but it's up there with oxygen. If you don't have it, you can't live. Now, after my dad and my family lost all their health, I was in a position as a teenager to really find my own way in life. I had to go out and find a job where I get paid and I have an opportunity to study. Which I did get. I was very fortunate to do that, and I just said, well, it's me alone now. I've got to do the best in what I can. I was always in life, I wanted to do the best, not having it control me, but I believe that whatever you do, give it your best shot and you will make a success in life. I've achieved the highest levels in the work that I had. And it was in an economical time, a recession, one of the worst times that our country has been through. And I couldn't even get employment in the company, though I had the highest awards in the company. So I ventured into other companies, ended up in a government job for different reasons, for sport benefit and things like that. But, the thing about most work is that whenever you get into a job, the guy that's been in that company for the longest time, he is the next one being promoted. So it was challenging for me to do my best, having to work under people that really don't do much work and they get the promotion. So I was a little bit irritated with that. I wanted more freedom. I want freedom in a company or in a job that I can really get paid for the amount of work that I put in. So I went into direct selling, marketing. Did very well, went from companies to companies, but the thing that I didn't like about it was the mere factor that whenever the company, you grow in the company, I've opened up different branches, there was so many corruption in the company. There's always been somebody up there that takes all the money. You do the work, you get paid well, they do nothing, they take the work, they overspend in their lives, they end up being bankrupt and the company falls. So that happened a couple of times. I moved from one company to the other company and I really wasn't satisfied, and I was a little bit fed up with network marketing or multi-level marketing at that stage. But then soon after that, I discovered my purpose in life, and that was to help people. The only problem is, in the area that I wanted to go in, nobody was working. There wasn't funds available for that, so I had to go out and just trust that money would be provided for me in a miraculous way, for which 27 years of my life I spent like that. It was a challenging time because you never know where tomorrow money is going to come in for your food and to pay your rent and things like that. It was quite challenging, but provision has always been there. But I had opportunities, international opportunities to go to people, and I couldn't find people even to sponsor me. A little bit of money so that I can address, and I'm talking about an international conference of 3,500 people. And that was my passion, to empower people so that they can go back and empower their villages and their people under them. And that was a frustration to me. So I ended up starting a self-employed business. I've got a lot of skills, technical skills, and I really enjoy the work. But as the economy goes, it's a luxury item that I'm working on. I'm building custom bikes. As the economy goes down, so does the business go down. And everything that you build up, you have to now just survive until the economy picks up again. So it was an up and down race like that. And then a friend of mine phoned me and he introduced me to a business opportunity. And I looked at that, I went to a presentation, but the thing that caught my attention was the value of the products. The testimonies that I heard from people that's lives has been changed, that didn't have any hope, nothing could be done for them. And they are different people 3 months, 6 months down the line. So that caught my attention, and I did some proper research. Now, being out of marketing for quite a couple of years, I had to look at the economy and what economists say about that. And this is what I would like to share a little bit about you today. I've started the products and my life was changed. I mean, I've been suffering from back pain for more than 35 years. I had to go for an operation and I didn't have the funds for that. And within a week after using these products, my life was changed. It will never be the same. Today I'm standing here back pain free, didn't have to go for operation, off all medication, and I'm a new person. I had constant back pain, severe pain during the day. Today it's gone. What a miracle. And this is something that I would like to share with you. But I'm going to talk about the business, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to explain the basics. There are much more to this business plan, but just to give you an idea, and should you need more information, you can contact me and I'll gladly share more information with you. So a couple of years back I wrote a book that Robert Kiyosaki, one of the most financially influential people in the world, wrote. And he wrote about the 4 financial quadrants in the world. Now if I have to draw a diagram here over here, you get people that are employed, then you get people that are self-employed, you get business owners, and you get investors. These are the 4 quadrants. The people in this quadrant, if you are employed, you have what we call the 40-40 plan. You work for 40 years of your life, 40 hours a week, and you end up with 40% of what you've earned in your last paycheck as a retirement income. And people like this, they work, there's no limit for them to expand financially. This is what they get, promotion, they get a little bit, they might get a bonus here and there, and that is about what you can achieve in that. The other one is being self-employed. Now with self-employment, you've got a little bit more freedom, but sometimes you work much longer hours. And as I say, you are the only one working. So the more you work, the more you earn. If you want to earn more, you have to work quite a lot more, and you've got a lot of responsibility on you. In the third quadrant, it's what we call business. Now, being in a business, there's something called leverage. In a business, you don't work alone. So in a business, if I'm in a business and I work 10 hours a day, I get paid for 10 hours a day. But if I have 5 people also working 10 hours a day, it gives me them a total of 50, and plus my 10 hours is 60 hours for that day of production. That's called leverage. Somebody helping me, spending time, and this quite kind of makes sense that a business is quite an opportunity where one has to look at if you want to make money. And then in the fourth quadrant, you've got investors. People that's got successful businesses, they take the extra money, they invest it, and the money work for them. And the sad reality is that in this quadrant, 90% of the population of the world falls in this quadrant, where only 10% of the finances comes from. And in this quadrant, 10% of the world population falls in, where 90% of the finances of the world arise from. Now, this is shocking statistics. Now, a study that's been done that says out of every 100 people in the world, 96% of them, 96 of the 100, will either end up being deceased or broke. 3% can say that they retire comfortably, and only 1% can say that they retire wealthy. And that is quite shocking statistics. And the only difference between people in these 2 quadrants is the way they think about money. Now, we have a total wrong perception about money. Because you see, a lot of people say money is the root of all evil, but I don't agree with that. The wrong usage of money, yes, that is the root of all evil. But you know what, without money you cannot support people. You cannot support charities. You cannot do the things that you want to do to help other people in life. And that is quite important. So what you want to do with your money is your own story. But money, there's nothing wrong with having money. What I've experienced in my life, I couldn't serve people. That was my passion in life, because I didn't have the finances. Now, it would make sense to me if I say, if you are in one of these 2 quadrants, you have to move over to the 3rd quadrant to start a successful business in order to make money and to fulfill your dreams and your passion in life. And this is what I would like to talk about a little bit. Now, if you choose to go into a business there's also some important factors that you need to understand. It would not make sense if I go into a business where I want to sell typewriters, because nowadays nobody uses typewriters anymore. It would make much more sense if I go into a business selling computers, because everybody's using computers. So you have to pick the right industry to go into. So in my research, I had a look at what industries are there, what are the leading industries. And the two leading industries in the world that I would like to share with you today is the one of health and wellness, and the other one is network marketing or multi-level marketing. Now, multi-level marketing is the fastest growing industry in the world, the largest industry. In fact, it's bigger than any two combined industries in the world. It's bigger than the music and the movie industry combined. And the reason for that is quite simple. It gives people the opportunity to start a home-based business or part-time, earn a part-time income. You have low startup cost in that, because with any business that you start, if you know a little bit about starting businesses, you have to have a lot of money. You have to hire staff. You've got to promote your product. You've got to develop your product. You've got to distribute your product. And economist says it takes about 5 years before you break even and start to show a profit. So it's a lot of risk involved. If the economy is up and down, you might lose your business. And we have heard of many of stories that people that lost everything, had to sell their house just to pay their debt. So the nice thing about multi-level marketing or network marketing, it's a very low startup cost. It's a turnkey opportunity where you can start straight away. But also it's an opportunity where most of us don't really understand the dynamic about it. In multi-level marketing, the biggest factor is you cut out the middleman. For instance, if I'm a dairy farmer and I got 1 rand for a litre of milk, as the consumer, we pay 10 rand for that. And in between here, we've got a lot of things. We've got shelf space, we've got marketing, we've got transports, we've got staff to pay, we've got all those things. And 80% of the cost of a product goes into the middleman. So if we can cut that out, we can get our product retail price. And this is what multi-level marketing does. It takes out the middleman and it gives people business opportunities to distribute the product, and you can empower people also through starting successful businesses. So multi-level marketing has many aspects of why it is the fastest growing industry in the world, and especially today where people are looking for jobs, everything is getting computerized, everything is getting robotics. Jobs are getting scarce, and that is the opportunity why it's the fastest growing industry in the world. And the one of health and wellness is that everybody nowadays are looking for better quality of life. They also want a better quality of life later in their life when they're older, and many people are suffering from illnesses, sickness, disease, and people are just wanting to have a better life. They start to train regularly, eat better and things like that, and for that reason health and wellness is the second fastest growing industry in the world, and it kind of makes sense to us. Now, it would make sense if you can get an opportunity in one or two or both of these industries, and the opportunity that I would like to share with you fall right into an explosion as an opportunity right in the middle of these two leading industries. So it makes sense to me that one will not find a better opportunity. Now, being with my background, there were a couple of questions that I asked before I ventured into a business, and I really spent 2 weeks intensive research on the company. The more I read about the company, the more I got excited, because I wanted to know why and how does a product work, because the testimony tells me it's successful, because a company cannot be successful if the product is not successful. And then I said, okay, I want to know about the company. What is the structure of the company? Because if the company is not solid and I'm in the business for 3 or 4 years and the company collapses, I don't want anything to do with that. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. And I also want to know what the compensation plan is, because that's the other thing about companies that are in difficult times. When they need to pay, you don't get your money and you have to fight for that. And that I don't want. And the more I read about it, I just saw something completely different that I've never discovered before. And this is what I would like to share with you today. Now, this company's been around for 22 years. They are listed on the stock exchange, as a public trading company. Now, what does that tell me? Well, if you take into consideration in the health and wellness industry, companies don't last more than 5 years, then they're out of business because of the quality of the product, because of people taking chances and things like that. So being in the business for 21 years show that they've gone through the disruptive technology, and everything that's worth it will be ridiculed, will be talked about, negative things will be written about it. But if they stood the test of time, they come out on the other side, they are being proven as being a good quality. And also it tells me that they have something that other people are jealous and want to destroy them, take it over. And this company's got a patented breakthrough technology in science that nobody else can have in the world, which I'm going to share at a later stage in another video with you. So being on the stock exchange, also a very important thing is that they get audited every 4 months. Their books has to be in order. But one thing about public trading companies, you can't make any claims as a company if it's not independently validated. So if they say it's there, you can go and have a look at it. They will have the proof of it, but it's already been tested by the stock exchange that evaluated them and say, yes, you are right, we can put you up. Because investors don't want to spend money on companies. They don't have the time to research it, so they rely on the investing companies or the trade markets to do a proper job and say this company can be traded. So I was rest assured, all my questions was answered, and then the compensation plan was what I want to look at. Now, if you get into a business, you can only get into the business being referred by somebody, and that's to protect business in the company. You can get into the business on 2 basic levels. The one is for about 1,300 Rand. Now these are starter packages where you get products to the value of about 1,500 Rand, and that's called a preferred associate. And the other one is an all-star. Now this is more the family pack or the business pack. If you want to go into serious business, you go for that. The difference between the packs is that there you get 3 of the 18 commissions, and on these packs you get 18 of the 18 commissions. So it makes sense to go for those packages. So I'm going to focus more on that because I'm talking business now. I'm not talking about using the products in different ways to get in there. And this package is probably around about 4,800 Rand, depending on how many products, what your product costs. And you get products to the value of about 6,000 Rand. On both these, you have a 90-day full money-back guarantee. Now that is big. The product actually has a 180-day money-back guarantee, but not in our country because government regulations prevent companies to have such a long guarantee. But that tells me something about a company to put 6 months on the line to say, if it doesn't work for you, return your money. Now, if the product is not good, they're going to be out of business within the first 6 months, but they've survived 22 years. And it is the fastest growing company in the multi-level marketing in 2015. A company called Top Gainer did a search on the 50 top companies in the world. The 50th company had a 6.5% annual growth. The second company had a 62% growth. And Monatech walked out with a 292% growth for that year. More than 230% more than the second company. So it tells me a lot about the company, the product and the service that they have, and the business opportunity, of course, because it's the business people that really drive the company forward. Now, they work on 2 income streams. The one is called an active income, which I'm talking about now, which grows quite high to help you start in the business. And then you have a passive income that starts slow but grows and way outgrows your active income, your passive income. I'll share a little bit later about that. Now, if I'm an all-star and I introduce somebody as a preferred associate, I get 115 Rand sign-up commission. Okay. If I introduce somebody as an all-star, I get 560 Rand sign-up commission. Okay. That doesn't sound like much, but if I enroll 4 all-stars in 3 months period, they give me an extra 560 Rand, plus they give me a power bonus of 3,000 Rand. Now if I add all that up, I get to a total of 5,800 Rand. Now I know some people that's done that in a day. I myself did it in a month. You have 3 months to do it. Depends on the pace that you work. That is the secret in the business. Now within a short time, very interesting, you can get your initial investment back, though you did get products to the value of 6,000 Rand for yourself to use. So that is quite a bargain, and that's quite a good way to start. So this is a little bit about the active commission. The passive commission, I want to share with you a little bit about. So for instance, I'm in the business. I've got people that enrolled me, that's in my business, a lot of them up there. My first step would be, okay, I have to be on an automatic order of 100 points, or roughly 1,000 Rand a month. It makes sense, because how can I promote something that I don't use and experience myself? So I think it's a good principle of the company. Now, what I have to do, I have to build a team of 6 people to start with. Now, the dynamic of your passive income, it's all in automatic orders. Okay, you get your sign-up package, but then afterwards you sign up for automatic order to make sure you don't run out of your products that get delivered to your doorstep, and you have your product every month. And on average, people use about 100 points on automatic order. Okay, so let's assume everybody is using 100 points. It's just much easier to count in tens and hundreds than in 90s and 96s and 46s and things like that. So then you will end up having 60 points in your business, and for that 60 points you get a direct bonus of 450 Rand. Okay, 6 people. Now I'm sure that you know more than 6 people, and that you can get 6 people in the business. Not very difficult to start. Your next step would be, you would want 15 people in your business, then you become a regional director, and you get a passive income that starts at about 1,000 Rand a month. Now, this is where you cover your cost of your automatic order, and this on average is being done 1 to 3 months in the company. Okay, and your next step then would be, okay, so now you've got people in your business, 15 people, more people down here and more people down here. The nice thing in the business is that you don't work alone. Okay, I don't have to enroll all these people in my business. Sometimes people in whose business I am, they will enroll people. These people might also enroll people. I will enroll people, but everybody gets the benefit of whoever is enrolled in your business. So this guy gets the benefit of my benefit and my upline's benefit, and I get the benefit of their benefit. That is called leverage in the business. You gain through your business from anybody that have input. So your next step would be, you would want 60 people in the business, where you become national director, and your passive income starts at about 5,000 Rand a month. On average, 6 to 12 months people get there. Your next step would be about 200 people in the business. You become an executive director, where your passive income will start at about 15,000 Rand average a month. 12 to 24 months, you can be there. Some people do it much quicker, depends, do they go part-time, is it a part-time business or full-time business? And the next step would be having 600 people in your business. You become a presidential director, and your passive income starts at about 50,000 Rand a month. That's about 12 to 60 months that people achieve this level. Some people do it in under a year. As I said, it depends on how you work. But now you would say to me, how do I get 600 people in my business? I don't even know 100. Well, statistics shows that everybody know at least 100 people. But the nice thing about those 100 people is that they also know 100 people. So I just have to ask them to help me tell other people about the product. Now this is word of mouth. And the dynamic would be, instead of me trying to get 600 people in the business, the dynamic is actually, I help people in my business to achieve every level that I've been on. So for instance, I want to move over here. I help 3 people in the business, each one to get their bonus, teach them how I've done it so that they can do it, and I'll move over to the next step. I have 3 people in the business. Now I've got a lot of people in my business. Also go to that level, and I move up to the next level, and so we continue, So if I've got 3 people in my business that's working and moving up, I just move up as they move up. But obviously I will have more people in my business working and wanting to share the opportunity, wanting to share the benefits of the product, what it does to people. So the dynamic is leverage, not me doing all the work, having to find 600 people, but helping other people with their knowledge of people. Everybody knows 100 people. They can get at least 10 people out of that 100 people in the business. I can get, and that is the dynamic of leverage in the business. Now this is not where it stops. When I'm then a presidential director, I help one person in my business to become a presidential director. I become a bronze presidential director, and my income starts at 65,000 Rand a month. I help a second person in my business move to the level of presidential director. I become a silver presidential director, and my passive income starts at about 100,000 Rand a month. I help a third person become a presidential director. I'll become a golden presidential director, and my passive income starts at about 180,000 Rand a month. And I help a fourth person in my business become presidential director. I'll become a platinum presidential director, and my income starts at about 250,000 Rand growing. Now these levels has all been achieved in South Africa in 10 years time, and many people go through it very fast. Many people take their time, they build it part-time until they can get the freedom to go and achieve whatever they want to do it full-time. Now the nice thing about this, we all start life and we have this big dreams. We have these dreams that what we want to do, how we want to travel and do things like that. This company is very, very lenient in giving things away. So if you work a little bit in your business, and I've done it within the first 2 months in the business, they give you an all expenses paid holiday for 6 days on a tropical island. All you have to do is to get to the airport and get back home. Everything's been paid for. Probably a value of 30,000-40,000 Rand. They have a lot of incentives that they give you along the way. But the nice thing is that all the dreams we had and realized soon after we started work, you know what, I'm not going to achieve the dreams that I want to do. And I had my dreams, I had my frustrations in not having to fulfill my purpose in life. Now it's giving me an opportunity where I can start to take out those dreams, to see how it can be fulfilled when I grow the business. It's an opportunity where Richard Branson, Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, all those financial influential people in the world says it is the perfect business model. If they have to start over, now I'm talking about people that's worth 180, 200 billion dollars. They say if they have to start over, they will start on a model like this. Now if they say it, this is an opportunity that cannot be missed. What a great opportunity. And should you know more information, please contact me or the person that shared this video with you, and they will gladly give you more information about that.